Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we are checking out something, well, more so talking about it because it's already pre-recorded, but Zenless Zone Zero. It's a free-to-play game, and at first I just liked the aesthetic of it because it's like very, I don't know, some of parts of it feel lo-fi, like this is the opening right here, and I thought that was really cool that, they just included stuff like that, and it looked like an action game, so I went ahead and I picked it up, and boy was I surprised that this was free. I if if it were me, I don't think it should be because of what it has. What it offers is a compelling story right from the rip. You get so much story, like almost too much. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let this play out and then I'll come back.
Wise, come check this out.
What's that? 14th Street. I think the news mentioned it earlier. Give me a sec.
Yeah, in the Janus Quarter. They say it's already breached the level 3 controls.
Yeah. Public security were conducting a manhunt over there today. Evacuations may not be going as expected.
So you're saying?
We should get ready. We'll be seeing some business coming our way soon.
We're back. So now we get to choose our character. We get to choose between the two proxies, Wise or Bell. Bell or Wise. Who do you choose? I ended up choosing Wise for no really particular reason, mainly because I didn't know what the differences in their, like if they're going to have different attributes or whatever. So I wasn't sure, and plus I think you can switch back and forth between them. So now we get to the bulk of the game, what it's all about, the story of In Between. So I'm gonna let this play out and then I'll come back.
Over there! Go! Go! Get them down!
So for the segments that aren't live action, that it's just able to read, I just went ahead and fast forwarded it because there's a lot. I'm shocked at how much story there actually is in this. For a game that's free to play, just pick up and go. There is so much story packed in the beginning that it's absurd. Like usually there's, a minor story, then the rest is kind of like you build as you go, or it's an event drop, or it's the new characters or something of that nature. But this, it builds the world right from the get with so much story. And all of it is voice acted, which I know, punch me in the nose later, but I did mute it and add music over this because I just wanted to talk about how great it was. For how, like, just the different dynamics between these characters and get a proper introduction to the first three protagonists, because there's multiple that you can unlock, but these are the first three that you get acquainted with and that know your proxies, which are kind of like the main characters. They know all about the Hollow. So basically the Hollow is like, I'm not sure, it's kind of like the in-between. It's like an in-between realm. And so basically we're getting into the combat now. That's what this is. We kind of get flash flooded into the Hollow, which is, they say it's like high risk, high reward. So, and there's like weird monsters. The one thing I wanted to talk about was the visuals. The visuals on this game are out of this world. Like, again, usually for free-to-play games, it's just like, especially for like the anime style, it's kind of like you know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get somebody with whatever, and I'm not hating, because I play them, but at the same time, this has so much, it feels much more involved. Like the little HUD feels involved, the attacking feels great, dodging feels great. They give you a good tutorial, a good basis to start out on, but everything feels so smooth. From dashing to attacking to comboing to switching, which we're going to get to, but everything feels good. I didn't really have a moment where I'm like, okay, this sucks or this is whatever. So you build up ether or energy. They call it a blend of both. Like they'll say ether or energy. So you build it up, and that's how you do your special attacks. The way you build it up is by just doing regular attacks or dodging. I've noticed that dodging, if you do like a almost like a critical dodge, I guess, or like a perfectly timed dodge, that you can get it. But my God, I was sweeping. The combat feels so good. I was stunned, and like, look at the visuals. That's insane. It looks so good. It boggles me that this is free. I'm not upset. I'm glad. I'm so glad, because that's awesome. I think God, if this gets to a point where it's online, dope, because I'm about to party raid with people with these characters, because so far Anby and Billy, the two that you get to play as, the two that I got to play as, were a lot of fun to play. Sorry, I almost said flun. That's why I kind of reset myself. A lot of fun to play. Billy is kind of like a keep away, where he has a lot more like he does shooting and all that, and Anby is your close range. Billy is a lot of fun. Usually I don't like keep away characters because they're slow or whatever, or they just don't, it doesn't feel right, but this motherfucker, he's insane. Billy is insane. I mean, super fast, super agile, and again, the way the combat system looks, I love the colors. And this, I didn't know what to do at first. I'm just like, oh, that's neat. Something added to the HUD. I didn't really read it. I'm like, why does slow down though? I'm stupid, I know, but eventually I catch on, and then what that does is you switch between characters that balance the secondary attack. I was just having too much fun with this. I was attacking the air. Comboing feels so good with each character, and each character feels differently unique, to where it's like a whole different setting. It's like a whole different, feels like a whole different game, and I love that. I love when your combat styles all work, but they're so different that it brings a new dynamic to the game. You know what I mean? I ended up just being like, yo, Billy's dope. And then when you bring in the switch abilities, like right here, bang, just knock them down, left and right. It's so cool. Now you could just keep chaining attacks, and you could just literally just barrage non-stop, consistently, as long as you build up your energy, which is simple. You just keep attacking, and then as you attack, pull off your special and switch off and on to build the other's energy, and you could like literally get 3 or 4 good switches on it, which is so good. It feels so fluid. And that's the one thing I want to like make clear. It feels like it's like a Devil May Cry game, honestly. Like, it feels insane. It's like it's too good. It's too good. Like, I don't even have words. It's just really good. And the story of, I love how each character is like, personality-wise, they're like so stagnantly different. Like, there's not a character that I'm like, they're boring, or they're whatever. They all have a different life about them, and I love that, because as soon as you have like a character that's boring, or a character that's not that good, or a character that's whatever, all of a sudden when you see that character, you're not about it. And I love that twist right there. So you get into your first boss fight, and they teach you like the critical dodge, and what you can do is they have you switch, and it allows for a parry. Yeah, see, and you can do a follow-up attack after that that does like, you know, critical damage. It has a good chance to, but I ended up just using Billy for most of it because, like, that. Why wouldn't you? That, you know, you have like a good keep away, and it's an easy way to build up energy for both characters, which is, I think that's the point. But the game just feels so full of, I don't know, it's got a lot of color, which I like, because I remember at a time, man, I mean, games were all gray, like, I want to say like PS3 era, like that grainy gray, and it lasted that way for a bit. And with, you know, games taking the next step to like reality, it's good to see a game that's full of color. I wanted like a good cell-shaded game, kind of like Wind Waker or something, you know, because they have a lot of color. But my goodness, this has so much color. Like, it feels, you know, I'm gonna say it, it kind of feels like how the first time I played, not how, but it feels like the first time I played the Persona series, only because of like how stagnantly different it is. I know that's like a weird comparison because they're RPG games, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. It still was different. It still felt the way this feels. Like, it was just jaw-dropping. I played the first one, and I was like a kid. I was like, wow, this is so cool. And now I feel like that as an adult. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. So yeah, you don't get the safe back. That's part of your mission here, is to get the safe. And yeah, we flunked that because they're like, oh no, they recovered. So we leave the safe, we bounce. And finally, we get into our characters, the one that we chose. We run a video store, which I think is pretty neat. I think that's pretty cool. I see why they did the VHS aesthetic now in the beginning of it, in the opening, you know, because, you know, we run the video store, which has something to do with it. Like, there's more story to these proxies, or Fathian, I think they call them, than meets the eye, because they have like this high powered tech that they as a person link to, which I haven't fully grasped that yet. I don't know if they're like, man, we have these antibodies in our skin or something like that. I haven't figured it out, but I'm excited to. And I'm sorry if that bumps it. I've had to like record this a different way, because when I plug my mic into the PlayStation, the headphones don't work. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if it's just the cable or what. It works better when it's in the PC, but it might just be the cable. I tried a different one, it was still acting wonky, so I don't know. I had to record this a different way, so I bumped it, and that's why I said that. So we get more story with Nicole, who was the ringleader, and she wants us to save her friends. And so we be a smartass. That's what we do here. We're smartasses, and then we say, well, it's going to cost a lot, and we end up just taking the job, because why wouldn't we? You know, we got to help. So sounds pretty good, and we go on our way to help. Which I thought we were going to actually go into the hollow, but we don't. There's like they send in this bunny, and that's how they use the hollow, and it turns into like a puzzle game somewhat, which is cool. I like that. So you're like plotting in a, well, hold on, I'll let it play out. I'll let it get there. Real quick, I did choose challenge mode because if the beginning I felt was casual, then I did want a little bit more of a challenge, because, you know, obviously we're We here at this channel are used to difficult games, games that are somewhat unfair, like Serious Sam. So I go for the challenge mode, which I didn't really notice that much of a difference. It felt like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm used to playing these type of games, like this style, but I didn't really notice a staggering difference when it started up. Like it seemed like they were more aggressive, but I also, like I said, I mean, come on, you know how we do, you know how we do here. It's all difficult games, so I'm gonna let this play out, then we'll go from there.
Hello? Can you hear me, Nicole? You can put EOS through now. Okay. Right, little one. Off you go then. Done. Bang Boo's on the way. So, can we start it up?
Huh? We're back here again? Damn, another fight? At the rate my ammo's depleting, I could say goodbye to my efficiency bonus.
Incoming, get ready.
Wait, that wasn't me!
Hey, all, over here. Nice work, all.
It's a scarf-wearing talking Bang Boo.
Oh! You're Nathan!
The music. The music is another thing that's really good. Also, did you miss me? I'm back. So the music's really good, and it kind of, I don't know, for me it feels like it's gonna sound crazy, but like Devil May Cry meets Jet Set Radio. You remember the rollerblading game for the Dreamcast? It feels like that blended with Devil May Cry. It's like a symphonic sandwich, and we gotta eat it. I don't know. Don't listen to me, I'm stupid. But anyway,
I've located the closest exit. Take the path on the right, Wise.
Please, manager, lead the way.
Let me scan the upcoming area. Fortunately, there are no ethereals on our tail. Let's keep pushing to the exit.
so this is where they throw you into the puzzle part of it. And I'm not sure if the whole game is going to play like this or just the escape route in itself, you know, like just to leave the hollow, which I think is a pretty cool dynamic to have, as well as having like the action fast paced. Now you have like this puzzle, and what happens is eventually you're going to have an enemy chasing you or whatever, so then you have to set up like little traps. You have to do things that, you know, that are going to help you get to the exit. So I'm thinking it's just for the escape route, but
Please, manager, lead the way.
man, I can't get over how fun this combat is. I'm gonna go for a bit, and then I'll come back.
New enemies incoming. Don't let your guard down.
It's my turn!
I'm back. So what happens is now we come back. once we come back, we go through, and we go through this area right here, which I think is like a hack spot, because then the enemy starts chasing us right there. So this is the part where they introduce outrunning the enemy in the escape route. And I imagine if you get caught, then you have to fight the enemy, and it's going to be like a super difficult battle, which I do want to do at some point, but this time we just follow, you know, what they have to say and go from there, because you don't want to mess up too badly, and you never know, it could be like one of those situations where it's unwinnable by default. And this is cool too. So basically you have areas that are treasure areas, but you have a choice. You can either do it by paying, or you can have more, like it says, a more traditional method. So of course I choose the more traditional method, because why wouldn't you choose that? It's free. But what's neat about it is sometimes it can hurt you. Like right here, Billy hits the safe, and because of that is injured. So it takes a little bit of the health away, which if you had a battle coming up, it could either hinder you, or if you're like our situation, we're fine, because we're gonna be good at this. And I do intend on doing a full playthrough of this game, because I'm in love with it. Like, just the way it looks, the way it plays, the way there's the different dynamics. I unlocked a different character too, but that was after recording, so unfortunately I didn't have it on video, but we'll get to who the new character is. That's a pretty interesting build-up, and it's not like anything like I did more story off camera. It's one of those, oh hey, you have this in the mail, and I'm like, hey, sweet. So, alright, you know the drill. I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna come back, and then we're probably gonna either say our goodbyes, or I'll have more rambling to do, or more gushing. So, bye-bye for now.
Radioactivity increased. They're getting violent. Be careful. Let's clear him out!
Pincher maneuver.
Leave the last one to me!
Neutralize.
Feel the ultimate starlight!
Copy that.
Alright, so we did it. We did it. We beat the big bad, and we won. We got the treasure. We didn't die. We didn't lose anything. We won. We did it, which I fucking hope we would, because it's the prologue. But, sometimes some of them are difficult, or some of them are just like, hey, we're just gonna throw you in, and good luck. So we use our intuition and run into a dead end, which gets us out, because that's how the holo works. So what did we get for our trials and tribulations? We got an S rank, because that's what we do here. It won't always be that way, but I'm certainly gonna try. I am gonna try. So now we go back and we meet with Nicole, and she runs a red light, which she describes it on the color wheel, which I thought was special. And from there, I mean, you just kind of, talk to them and get them on their way. Then after that, you have to go back inside and talk to Belle, or vice versa, depending on whoever you are. So if you're Belle, you'll go in and talk to Wise. If you're Wise, you go to talk to Belle. Oh yeah, Nicole gives us a flash drive, and that's part of what we have to do next, is we have to decrypt the flash drive. So that's going to be in a part 2. So for now, this is just talking about it. This is just me gushing about it. I enjoyed it. I like it a lot. There hasn't been anything that I don't like about it yet. I don't want to sound like I'm overly optimistic, because that's when you'll be disappointed. So now, and what we have to do is we got to keep playing to see if I get to a point where I can't stand it, or that I just end up liking it as a whole. We're going to do the whole story. We're going to beat the game. We're going to see what characters we do and don't get, and which ones we'd rather have in a party. Then we're going to stomp. We're going to crush. And then we're going to win all of the internets, like the game wants us to. So there's our new character. It's, well, a partnership with that person. So Nicole has partnered with us, which has already been a thing. Like, she came to us in the first place saying, "You need to save my friends." But okay, everybody, I'm done rambling, I promise. That's the end of this video. So I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all. And 1K gang, let's go. I'm sorry if I rambled too much, or didn't talk enough about the story. I basically left it undone, like without me talking, for the bulk of it, for your enjoyment. So thank you once again, and we'll see you next time.